how it was made and the history about how it became so popular. And the founder is Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark, how did Facebook begin?
Well, it first started out with FaceMash, Facebook's predecessor, and it was launched October 23rd, 2003. It was kind of like a hot or not type website where there were pictures of all the students in the undergraduate class, and then you got to pick who you thought was the better looking.
So how did you get all the pictures for FaceMash? I'm curious.
Well, to get the pictures, I used my awesome computer hacking skills, and I got into the Harvard Security Network. And when I got in, I copied all of the pictures that they had in for the student dormitories, and I used all the pictures to populate the FaceMash website.
What happened to FaceMash?
Well, after the first couple of days on the Harvard server, FaceMash got so many visitors that it overcrowded the server, and it actually stopped people from being able to go on the internet. But the main reason that Facebook was shut down was because the Harvard executives noticed that I had broken a lot of the campus rules like copyright, breach of security, and violation of individual rights by using the pictures on the website, so they shut it down.
What happened to FaceMash after it was shut down by those nasty executives?
Well, I had an art history final coming up, semester final, so I had the great idea of coming up with a thing called the Facebook for my images. So what I did was I uploaded 500 different Augustan images, the sculptures, and then I had like the basic information about the sculpture, and then I opened it up to my classmates so people could go and have a comment section. And then after the final was over, I changed it slightly so people could go in, make their own profile, add pictures, comment on their friends, and I opened it up to all of the Harvard undergraduate class, and yeah.
So, when exactly did you open up the new and improved thefacebook.com for everyone in the Harvard community, not just your fellow art history classmates?
Well, I had to rewrite the code to fix it a little so it wasn't for my art history final, but after it was all done, I got it launched up on February 4th, 2004. My intention was to open the Harvard community and make everyone connected. My roommate and I actually sat up all night, and Dustin Moskovitz is his name, and we watched as people signed on and on and on, and by the next 24 hours, we had actually more than 1,500 people that have registered just in the first day. It was amazing to see.
So, did things start taking off smoothly from the exact night that you launched thefacebook.com? Because I heard that you got lots of attention.
I wish. After thefacebook.com had been on the server for about, say 6 days, 7 days, I faced some trouble. 3 Harvard seniors named Cameron Winklevoss, Kyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra accused me of stealing their idea about a social network called the HarvardConnection.com and building a competing product. The school newspaper, The Crimson, began an investigation. With my awesome hacking skills, again, I identified people on thefacebook.com who identified themselves as Crimson members. I examined the history of failed logins to see if any of them had entered an incorrect password. With the failed passwords, I logged on to their Harvard emails. After they found out what I did, they filed a lawsuit against me for breaking an oral contract and logging into their email account. The lawsuit went on forever. I claim I didn't do anything, but they keep saying I did. Eventually, in 2008, I settled and they dropped the lawsuit, and I had to pay them around, a lot of money.
Wow, that must have been quite the bummer. Now, let's rewind back a little bit. I think the audience, you the people watching, would like to know, how did Facebook launch off really in the beginning?
Well, first, membership was limited to Harvard students only. Within the first month, more than half the undergraduate students at Harvard were registered. Because the site was getting so much attention, I got some of my buddies to help out. It included my very good roommate, Dustin Moskovitz, who helped me with the programming, Andrew McCullum, who is the best graphic artist I know, and Chris Hughes.
So, when did the Facebook.com start to spread? Get more popularity around the college scene?
Well, first it expanded to Columbia, Yale, and Stanford. Eventually it spread to all Ivy League schools and Boston area schools. You know, it was the next logical step. And then eventually it spread to all colleges and universities in Canada and the US.
So, I'm curious, where did you get all the money for the domain? Because I know those things are expensive, and the time to work on this time-consuming project.
Well, after sophomore year, we had some really big decisions to make, and we decided to move the base of thefacebook.com to Palo Alto, California. Parallel to that, we got our first major investment of about $500,000 in June 2004 from the PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel in exchange for 7% of the company. The same summer, Facebook also became incorporated, and Sean Parker became our first president. He was really the first person to think that Facebook could make it big, like big. He later stepped down, and I stepped up.
So, what happened to Facebook after you guys moved to California?
After moving the headquarters to California, we bought the domain facebook.com for about $200,000, and we dropped the. Following, we opened facebook.com to international universities. Then, the next logical thing, in my mind anyway, was to open it to all high schools. By the end of 2005, we had a Facebook network of more than 2,000 colleges and 25,000 high schools.
Did the growth of Facebook attract attention from private buyers trying to invest?
Yes, indeed. In March 2006, we declined several offers from private buyers that wanted to buy the company. The highest bid was almost $2 billion from an unknown bidder. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was very tempting, but it wasn't the direction I wanted to take the company in. I wanted to keep it under my watch.
Wow, that is a lot of money. Now, when exactly did Facebook become open to the public? Like everyone, not just high school students and colleges around the world?
We opened Facebook.com to anyone 13 years or older and with a valid email on September 26, 2006.
So, how many people started signing up to Facebook after you opened it up to everybody? You know, a lot of people must have started signing up, you know, the old people, the young kids. You guys must have gotten a huge amount of people registering right away when you guys opened it up.
A lot. Every day we got new people registering for new accounts. As of April 24th, 2012, we have 900 million active users.
So, is everything still controlled at Palo Alto, California?
No, in 2008, we moved our international headquarters to Dublin, Ireland, and our main headquarters was moved to Menlo Park, California in January 2012. We just needed more place to work, and we wanted to expand our employee range.
Well, folks, that wraps things up, and thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for the amazing story about the history of Facebook, and thank you, the audience, for being such good listeners. I hope you enjoyed this video about Facebook because it took me super long, so I hope you took a look. I think I should get some extra credit because it took me super long to make this edit. Now get ready for the next presentation and give me a loud standing ovation.